Hi everyone, in this video we'll see what is Elastic Block Store in AWS. So the main purpose of this service is to store the application data in volumes. Okay, so there are two sections. As you can see here, Elastic Block Store has two sections. One is the volumes and snapshots. We are not going to touch this. Okay, we are only going to discuss about these two things. We'll see snapshots later, but as of now, we'll be discussing only the volumes. Okay, so you can find Elastic Block Store inside EC2 service. Okay, then scroll down and you'll find the volumes. So now let's start by creating an instance. So let's go to launch instance. Okay, so here I'll give EBS -server Amazon Linux 2 AMI. C2.micro instance type, key pair, new key pair, VPC default subnet 1A, security group, existing security group. Okay, that's it. Click on launch instance. Okay, an instance has been created. Okay, but it is in pending state. Okay, let's wait for it until it is created. Okay, let's filter it out. Only we want the running instances. Okay, let's refresh, and here you go. You are having a instance running. So here, as you can see, there is a storage here, storage option here. Where if you click on it, you will find a volume here. Okay, and if you go to volumes, you will find a default volume. Okay, automatically created. It is created whenever you are creating an instance. Okay, whenever you create an instance, this will be automatically created. So that is the same thing which I am showing you here. Okay, so the volume has been created and attached to the server. Okay, so this is called as root volume. Okay, so the root volume path is /dev/xvda. Okay, so make sure you are not storing the application data inside this volume. Okay, you need to create a new volume and you can store it there. Okay, you should never store the data inside this root volume. Okay, because root volume contains OS library files. Okay, OS related library files, key pairs, security group, instance type. Okay, all these things are stored inside the root volume. So there is no point of storing application data inside this root volume, because the data might get lost. Okay, so that is a limitation. So you'll never choose this for storing your application data. For application data, you need to create an volume. Okay, and there are some other steps after creating the volume. You have to attach the volume to the server, and you have to follow some steps, like you have to partition the volume. You have to format the volume. Okay, so you have to create mount points, and you have to do mounting. Okay, these are the 4 steps you have to follow after creating the volume. Okay, so once created a volume, you cannot directly use it, right? So it's mandatory to do these steps. Okay, we'll see that step by step. So this is the root volume which is attached to the server. Make sure xvda is nothing but root volume. Okay, root volume. Make sure you are recognizing it with this path. Okay, so let's go to volumes. So I've already opened volumes here. We'll create a new volume, and here I have clicked on create volume, and the volume type is general purpose SSD GP2. So I'm not changing it. There are other volumes too: GP3, provision IOPS, cold HDD, throughput optimized. So these are the other volumes you can choose based on your requirement. We can choose, and the size, we don't want 100 GB, just 10 GB is enough as of now. So 10 GB. Okay, and here one more thing I didn't tell you. Okay, uh, we have created the instance in the 1A availability zone. So make sure you are you are selecting the volume, or while creating the volume you are selecting the same region. Okay, same availability zone you have to select. Okay, whatever the availability zone we have selected for the server, same availability zone should be selected for the volume. Okay, so this is 1A. Okay, and the instance availability zone is also 1A. So I'm not changing it. Okay, add tag. Okay, we'll add tag name, and here we'll create EBS volume. Create volume. Okay, a volume has been created, but as you can see here, volume state is still creating. Okay, let's wait for it and just refresh it. Okay, now you can see it is available. So what you can do with this, now you can attach this this volume to your EC2 server. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, right now we have only the root volume. Okay, when we attach our newly created volume, then you can find our new volume here. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so this is our volume. So select this volume which you have created, go to actions, go to attach volume, and here select the instance. So as I said, the availability zone, whatever the instances that are available in this 1A availability zone, only these instances are shown here. Okay, as of now I have only one server, so that is the reason why it is giving me the that instance name. Okay, EBS server. Okay, so name and tags are very important. As you can see, if you don't give name and tags through instance ID, you cannot find the instance, right? So that is very important. Here you should be giving the name and tags while creating a instance. So device name /dev /hdf. Okay, new Linux kernels may rename your device to /dev /xvdf through /dev /xvdp. Internally, even the when device name entered here and shown in the details is /dev /hdf through /dev /hdp. Okay, so no problem. Okay, we'll attach volume. Okay, so now we have attached the volume, and if you see the status here, it is in use. Okay, the volume status you are seeing it as in use. Earlier it was available. Okay, now it is in use because you have attached to the server. Okay, let's refresh it. Click on this server, go to storage, go down, and you can see this is the volume which we have created. Okay, 10 GB, and we have attached to the server. Okay, so this is done. We have created a volume and we have attached to the server. So the next step is we have to store the data inside this volume. Okay, how to store the data? So we'll be logging into the Linux server. Okay, and we have to configure some of the steps. As I said earlier, we have to partition, we have to format, we have to mount points, and we have to do mounting. Okay, so these are the 4 steps, and then later you can retrieve the data. Okay, after these 4 steps, you can retrieve the data. So straight away we'll go to details, copy the public IP, go to PuTTY, paste it here, SSH or credentials, browse, PPK file, open. That's it, accept. And here login as EC2-user. So we have successfully logged in. Let's be a root user. Okay. So now we are a root user. Okay, the first command, fdisk /dev/xvdf. Hit enter. Okay, welcome to fdisk. Changes will remain in memory only until you decide to write them. Be careful before using the right command. Okay. So command here, what you will what you will type is n for new. Okay. So here partition type default. I'm not giving any input here. I'm choosing the default P. Okay, just click enter. Okay, partition number. Okay, so partition number is 1. Okay, this is the first partition. Okay, inside the volume we are creating 2 partitions here. Okay, this is the first partition, so I'll again click enter. Of course that default is 1, so I'm hitting the enter button. Okay, first sector. Okay, so what I have done here is, after partition number, I have clicked enter. Again, first sector, just give enter again. Okay, here for the last sector, give plus 5G. Okay, that means out of 10 GB, you are partitioning it, right? Okay, 5 GB to first partition and the remaining to the second partition. So that is the reason why I have given plus 5G. Okay, as you can see here, inside the storage, we have given 10 GB, right? So out of 10 GB, we are partitioning it, means we are, dividing it to 5 GB or 5 GB or whatever the remaining other GB is. Okay, whatever the remaining storage is, that is a partition 2. Okay, the first partition has been created. So next, same thing we have to repeat it for partition 2. And okay, enter. Okay, enter. And here if I do plus 5G, it will give me an error. Okay, value out of range, because here what is happening is some memory is reserved in the volume, so you cannot use the complete memory. Okay, you are using 5 GB for the first partition, you cannot use extra 5 GB for the what you say, for the partition 2. Okay, you cannot use it completely for the partition 2. Some amount of storage or some amount of storage is reserved in the volume, so that is the reason why it is giving us volume out of range. If you give plus 4G, that might work. Okay, but I'm not giving it here, I'm just clicking enter. Okay, so it has created a new partition of 2. Okay, new partition 2 of type Linux. And here now the partition thing is done. Now we are saving the partitions. Okay, save the partitions, just give W, click enter. Okay, the partition table has been altered. Okay, okay, fdisk minus l. As you can see, fdisk minus l gives us whatever the volumes we have, okay, inside the Linux machine. Okay, okay, it lists out the volumes in the OS. Okay, so that is the use of fdisk minus l. It will give whatever the list of volumes we have, it will be displayed here. Okay, just now we have created, partitions, so it has given me this partitions. Okay, xvdf1 and xvdf2. Okay, so the next step, what is the next step? We have to format. Okay, okay, for formatting, the command is mkfs -t, and Linux has a file system. Latest file system of Linux is xfs. Okay, /dev /xvdf1. Okay, so let me give some space here. Okay, so make sure you are giving the space here after -t space xfs, again space, then you have to give the the partition. Okay, partition part, which is /dev /xvdf1. Okay, same thing you have to do for xvdf2. Okay, we are formatting here, right? So xvdf2. Okay, that is done. So formatting is completed. Now we have to give the mount points. Okay, mount points is nothing but we are creating a new directories for storing our data. mkdir /offline. Okay, let's say offline team /online team. Okay, so these are the mount points which I have created. Now let's go for the fourth step, which is mounting. Okay, we have to mount these mount points. So mount /dev /xvdf1 /offline team. Okay, same thing you have to do it for online team, but you have to change it to xvdf2 online team. That is done. Click enter. Okay, so now, so the mounting has been done. Okay, so now let's go to cd. Okay, we are changing the directory to offline team. Okay, we have to give some data there, right? Okay, offline team. Okay, okay, so make sure you are giving the slash after writing the offline team here. Okay, so offline team, we are in the offline team directory. So here I'm giving a command which is touch. Okay, touch offline file. Okay, so I'm touch is nothing but creating a file. Okay, creating an empty file. Okay, so here I'm giving 1 to 100. Okay, so let's do ls, and you can see here this offline file is printed 100 times, okay, up to 99, okay, of course 100. This offline file has been printed to 100, okay, 100 times you can see this file. So there is some data, right, inside this, directory. In offline team we have some data, okay. So same thing we have to do it for cd / online team. Same thing we have to do it here. So let's do online file, enter. Okay, we have stored the data and we are retrieving the data. So retrieving is nothing but you are doing ls and you can view the data, right? Okay, same thing for offline team. Offline team directory. We have done the same thing, right? And same thing we are doing it for online team. That's it. So this is how we can store the data inside a volume, and we can also retrieve the data. Okay. So if we do df minus ht, you can see here this is the root volume. Okay. So root volume, that means Linux is using just 1.7 GB space here. Okay. So this is used to check whether the partition and mount points are attached correctly or not. We are doing this command. Okay, df minus ht. Df is nothing but disk format and ht is nothing but human readable format with type of file system. Okay, you can view, okay, whether the partition and mount points are attached correctly or not. Okay, so that is the use of this command. Okay, so see the use here, just 2%. Okay, because we have written some data here, so it's just using some data. Okay, and the root volume, so the Linux is 21%. It is using 21%, and out of 8 GB, it is just using 1.7 GB. Okay, of course, Linux is a command line, right? So it doesn't require too much of space. Okay, so there is plenty of available space here, as you can see, 6.4 GB. So this is all about Elastic Block Store. We have talked about volumes. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.